Tholin Falberd is the reminder that if you don't have the resources, in that case, it's not even worth starting. However, Raid can lure you into a month-long trap, and in that trap, you will not even know until the very end that you don't have the resources unless you know this information that I'm gonna share with you. So what happened? There was a fusion. I had more than enough resources for those fusion. And it was really, really easy to go through the 2 weeks. In fact, I had more basically diamonds or gems than before the fusion. So during the fusion, I even earned gems. But after a fusion event, what you can expect is that you don't just take away resources for the fusion, also take away for the resources that you need to earn the perfect soul. So here you see I earned a 3-star perfect soul. It was easy. I could have earned the 5-star perfect soul, but it would have been kind of expensive. And as you know, I am currently playing free to play, and it's gonna stay like that for a while, at least, until Plarium gets their act together, at least. So how do you know that I'm free to play? Basically, whenever you go to any extra, there... Oh, what is this? I don't need settings. Oh, actually, Raid is updating right now. So there is no payment or anything, but there you go, purchase rewards. If I had any purchase, then I would have collected these rewards. That's how you know if someone is free to play or pay to win. This is one of the options to know. And in the 5-star perfect soul, this is a typical pattern that you can expect, and this is a really difficult pattern. So you need to know that there is always a summon rush and there is always a champion chase. What do you need for summon rush and champion chase? Shards. This is what I don't have because I reached the lower level limit, or the lower reward for summon rush. And I expected that I could just keep the higher reward of summon rush and the higher reward of champion chase, which was 120 points for summon rush and 150 points for champion chase. And this adds up to 270 points in total. Now 270 points is problematic because you had to collect 1,500 points out of the available 1,750 for the 5-star perfect soul of Tholin Falberd. So if you skip the higher reward of summon rush and the higher reward of champion chase, even if you do everything else without exception, even then you're not gonna make it and you're not gonna get the 5-star perfect soul without significant monetary investment. Where I mean you could get away with just $45 or so, or you would need potentially even more than $100, possibly $150, possibly $200. Because whenever you pull shards, you can calculate the expected value of the pulls based on the percentages, depending on whether it's ancient shards, whether it's void shards. Well, you have certain percentages. And why do I insist and if you do a fusion, then you have to go for the maximum perfect soul? Is because look at this. This is a 5 months old account, 5 to 6 months old account, and I have my mythicals and also legendaries, but then come the epics and the rares, and these champions are barely usable at the moment. They don't have any soul. Well, this one has soul, that's good, but I haven't upgraded him well enough. In fact, he's an old champion, he's not even a priority to me. So you see, if I don't get the soul of the fused champion, then the champion is not necessarily worth that much. He's a good addition in Faction Wars, it could be a good addition in some other places for a 5-6 months old account, but you need to go for the soul in order to finish the fusion. And this is what most people don't see from the fusion iceberg. Because to get the soul, it oftentimes involves more resources, more playtime, more everything than the fusion itself. So be very, very careful. The reason why Plarium or any other company for that matter does that is obviously that at the end you develop something like a Stockholm syndrome with the game. So the game captures you, and you will have to feel that you're not enough, you're not worthy enough, because you didn't get the 5-star perfect soul. And how can you compensate for that? Well, if it's a mixed fusion, then you mix Visa and MasterCard, right? So that's how you compensate. So you open your wallet, you buy the shards, and no one will know anyway, and you collect the 5-star soul, and then you could feel enough, whatever. So you fill the void with a greater void on your bank account, basically. That's what you will do. I refuse to do this, obviously. Now, I went into some emotional role playing, and I tried to put myself in a situation of a completionist player who really badly needs that 5-star soul. And yes, I felt the pressure that in this case I would just open my wallet and pay. I felt this type of pressure, but then I went out of the roleplay, and if you enjoy life in other areas, don't chase something that is not that you didn't plan for initially. So I was going all the way just to see how much resources are enough for my account. And if I fail, then I failed, and I at least learned something. And next time I will know what to do. You're not meant to complete every single fusion. You're meant to complete some of them that add value to your account. Now don't get me wrong, Tolin, even with the 5-star or the 3-star soul, gives me tremendous value in Faction Wars, tremendous value in other places as well. But I don't have to have the 5-star soul because, for example, Knut is better than Tolin in many aspects. So that's why I'm doing this. Ironically, the only 5-star soul at the moment that I have, and that's why I was learning the game, is Alice, because that was a login reward back in the days when we started the content creator challenge for Hell Hades back in the days. This is why that's my only 5-star soul so far. Well, I have some others like War Maiden 4-star soul. I cannot do much with it, although War Maiden has some use cases, and I kept one copy of her. Another copy went into a fusion, Relic Keeper, I think. But the rest are just 3-star soul, 2-star, 1-star soul. So remember, and also this one 4-star soul, I could ascend him and do something, but once again, he's an oldish champion, he's not the best champion all around. So remember, you're not meant to complete every single fusion. If you're a completionist, I have an advice for you to complete every single fusion without failure, free to play. Everything. And get the soul and get everything. In that case, you will need to get multiple accounts. So 2 accounts or 3 accounts. Possibly 2 should be enough. But I could find a use case for 3 accounts, because in that case you could select which account would benefit the most from a champion. And then you have to say that even if there is a very good champion, you can go for a fusion for up to 2 accounts, not 3. Now, 3 accounts, it's not like a big burden. You know why? Because you can skip days. There is the daily login rewards type part, so I'm on day 167. But if you don't log in for 5 weeks, in that case, the day after you continue with day 168. Which means that those days, it's as if the day wasn't even there at all. So it doesn't mean that you have to play that account every single day. It's beneficial because you get more and more rewards, and more rewards are better than less rewards, but you don't have to play every single day. You can just skip rewards, you can just skip everything. And then that's absolutely fine, if these days mean anything to you. Other than that, you can sweep all the rewards relatively, not all, most of the rewards relatively quickly. You would skip Live Arena, you'd skip Tag Team, because those are the main time investments. And you could do one thing with the clan boss. After a while, with the Demon Lord, you see that I have 2 keys. If I really don't have time, and today I would say I don't have time. Let's see. What if I battle hard? There is quick battle already. What if I battle brutal? No quick battle. I would need to get a certain maximum damage. I was dealing 17.4, I would need 21.7 million for the quick battle option to be enabled. So all I can do, if I really don't have time, just like today, is battle, quick battle, there you go. I'm demoing this today because I have like enough options to do this. And then you see the damage. This is the team. We could improve this team. Fine. And then you would see what rewards we get. With the 26.4, obviously we got all. So this means that we don't need to go hard anymore. We could select another one. Either normal or brutal, it would potentially go upwards. So this way you can sweep all the rewards that you're interested in, and you don't feel the FOMO that much. But in exchange, you have to be ready to give up some of the accounts at times, because time investment wise, if you go for a fusion, you focus on just one account. But you could still have 2 accounts, for example, and then you get to know more and more champions. You would still dedicate one account as the main account, and the other accounts are just hobby accounts or whatever. So this is an option to do. I have 2 accounts, by the way. This is my main account. My second account is stuck around like day 14 or something. My second account was activated before this account, so that I at least know what I'm doing for the first few days in raid when I joined the 3 months Hell Hades challenge. Because before that I had absolutely no idea what it was. Now I more or less know, but back then I didn't. And that second account, I logged in there about a week ago to see what is going on for a day. It was only on day 14 or something. And it stayed there for about half a year or 5 months or something. So this is an option. And once again, you can whine about how evil raid is, that it sweeps all your resources and gives you hardly anything in return. And then it incentivizes you to pay money, but eventually the responsibility lies on you. That you have to open your wallet and you have to spend that amount of money on stupid, bad offers. Most of these offers, I mean all of the offers if I'm frank, are horrible. Just 5 of these shards for $17.99, give me a break. Or just 11 ancient shards for $17.99, give me a break. This game obviously costs hundreds, then thousands, and for the selected few, 10,000s or 100,000s. I'm not kidding about this. So if you dump down, let's say 100 on completing the 5-star perfect soul because you need those 5,500 points for the champion chase, then it is something that opens the gate to larger spending in the future, and this could develop addiction. Be very careful about addiction. Super important. If you still want to compete in fusions though, then there is a trick. One trick is that you fuse Relic Keeper or the minions of Relic Keeper. These are actually Void champions over and over and over again. You get a War Maiden. You get this unit anyway, this Demon Spawn unit, by farming 12-3 brutal. You get Spirit Host and you get the 4th one. Remember these photos, and then you know I have a Relic Keeper. I'm not going to fuse her. I would need to get more. I have this amount of these champions. I was trying to do champion training, that's why they are on level 14. They are just food. Spirit Host I don't have any, but I have this champion as well. I need to level up, rank up. In my free time when I'm not competing fusion, I'm creating basically 3-star ascended chickens. And I also farm the keeps so that I have enough potions. And once I have enough chickens, I'll be able to fuse them. And the Void champion is 50 points if it's blue. So you can do this. It's the cheaper option. While you can only fuse resin once, you can fuse the epics. And you see that although I'm not completing these, I have quite a few copies. So I need to level them up as well. See, and by the way, clan versus clan is also a great reward. You see, I'm leveling up some of these. So I have enough copies of these champions, of most of these champions. So I will eventually fuse the epics. And then I don't know what happens if I fuse the legendary, because the problem is that if I fuse the legendary, maybe the whole fusion disappears and then I won't be able to fuse the epics anymore. And that's bad because it's a money generator. But then I will just fuse the other ones, the Void. Or this Void. This one can be fused multiple times, and look at this. This is amazing, isn't it? Because once again you get a Void rare. So that's 50 points in itself. So obviously you collect, you see I have one food champion already here, and a second one here, a third one here. So I'm collecting more and more of these, and then I will get the epic. The problem is that to get Huntress, that's the only bottleneck, because you see that you get most of them in other ways. I think this is only short pull, so I just got lucky, but for Huntress there is the Bazaar shop. So you go to Arena tag and Bazaar, and here you have Huntress. There you go, 10 fragments, 150 points, it's really cheap. Oh, there is this champion fragments as well. Bloodhorn, this was the other one. 10 champion fragments. Get these fragments, because once you get 100 fragments, that's amazing, because then you will get another 50 points, you know, just to get these champions, and then you'll be able to fuse the epic as well. For this one, I mean, you need 100 fragments. Maybe it's not that much of a priority at the moment, but it could be, because I have enough of the currency. And by the way, always refresh Arena, even if you don't. I will do this a bit later. So be very careful with your resources. One resource is money, the other one is time. If it frustrates you that you cannot complete an event, then make sure that you come in prepared. And prepared means that it's not only that you can do the fusion, but I would assume that if you have enough resources to complete the fusion 3 times, especially with the Summon Rush Champion Chase, then do that. One option is that you could need a lot of mystery shards, and you do mystery shard work. If you can do, like, let's say a 5,000 mystery shards or 10,000 mystery shards, you can. I could have collected the champion chase reward with enough mystery shards. In fact, I was calculating energy. I was even considering alternative strategies, like purchasing these champions right here, like all of these, because this gives me some points not only here in clan versus clan, but it also gives me some points. So 1 point per champion chase. Even this little 6,000 purchase gives me 1 point in champion chase. And then to refresh, I get 4 to 8, in average at least 5. And this means that 1 gem is 1 champion chase point, basically. And with 1 gem equals 1 champion chase point, I drained my gems as well in the process from 3.5k to 1k, unfortunately, because I was playing all out until I figured out the trick with the champion chase that I'm not gonna make it. Then I stopped. But with 3.5k down to 1k, even then, you see that this is basically 1,000 champion chase points if you have enough silver, because silver is also a bottleneck. You need at least 100,000 silver, if not more, per 5 gems. And this means that, let's say, how many? 200 times 100,000 is quite a lot. So it's like 20 million. So this strategy to dump down 1,000 silver in the shop requires another 20 million silver to get it. And you need enough slots as well. So this is not a bulletproof strategy. I just developed it for the completion, just in case I wanted to go for the event, but I didn't want to go for the event when I saw that I needed 5,500 champion chase points or the completion of the larger Summon Rush event. If I could give you one advice, if you want to sleep well, complete the larger Summon Rush at the beginning of the tournament, because I haven't seen a tournament ever, let it be Titan event, let it be Fusion, I haven't seen a sequence of events ever where just skipping the larger reward of any event, including Champion Chase, would defy you the price. So complete the Summon Rush, get enough mystery shards if nothing else. Mystery shards are quite common to farm, and you need to run that brutal 12-3 or 12-6 anyway. So you will get the mystery shards accordingly. Okay, that was it. You see that we were kind of unfortunate in this situation with Taulen, but the lessons have been learned, and in fact, I was thinking about one thing. I was thinking about writing a resource converter program that tells you what kind of resources can be converted into what other resources under which conversion ratio, and what actions you need to take to get those resources. Because previously I never thought of champions, ascended champions, so basically these fusion materials, as currency. And now I know that these champions are essentially currency that I can use to fuse this champion for 50 points in champion chase. So I rather do the preparation in advance before we get to the event, and get a ton of these types of champions and fuse, including Mikage, by the way. I wasn't that interested in fusing Mikage at all, like ever. That's what you can do. And then you have your champions, you have basically the fusion options, and you can complete champion chase without doing the shards. You cannot do that with Summon Rush. With Summon Rush you need to spend shards. So what do you do with spending shards? You go to, for example, this stage, Super Raid, Start or Background Multi-Battle and sell all artifacts, and then you go for it. And while you go for it, there is a certain probability, a relatively high probability, that you're gonna get 2 to 4 mystery shards, or 2 to 3 at least. So you see. Unfortunately, when you have like higher level units, they are fast, so that's why I'm a bit slower. Now I only got artifacts, so be it, I just sell them. I could have done background battles and auto sell, so that I don't have to click at all. But sometimes you get mystery shards. And sometimes when you farm certain dungeons, including Dragon, then you get ancient shards as well. And in the clan boss, if you go down to Nightmare or some higher difficulties, in that case you can even get other shards. And the bad news is that in the live arena that is not active, in this chest you also get these primal quartz, which is like primal shard. 100 primal quartz is equal to 1 primal shard. So you can get these shards over and over and over again. Hopefully you got enough information on how to complete a fusion in the future. I wish you better luck than what I had with what Plarium had in mind for us for Thaulind Falbert.